गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have done the contemplation on the essence of a Yogavaasishtha booklet written by Swami Gyananandaji Maharaj, which contains 32 chapters. We are starting the revision as has been told to Bharadwaj Rishi by Vasishtha Rishi that when Rama has attended the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he has attended the quiescence. Why not me? So he said, you revise it. So we also not attended the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, so we have to revise it. So we are starting today is the first video. So now hereafter the series will go. So we have to contemplate sequentially so that we will know the truth. And the purpose of this contemplation is liberation from relative existence. ये relative existence से अपन liberate होंगे. How? When you get liberated from the relative existence, you will be always happy, cheerful, blissful, contented, and over and above relaxed under all these situations of the life. So the study of a Yoga Vasishtha is only to know the truth, and that's why this extremely subtle understanding is required. And we are now starting the first chapter, that is Rama Nirveda, chapter 1, Pratham Sarga, the dejection of Sri Rama. So in that first topic is Bharadwaj Prashna, the question of Bharadwaj. So this original version of Yoga Vasishtha has 32,000 verses. Out of that, the Swami Gyananandaji Maharaj from Shingiri Peeth has taken out almost 1800 shlokas and made 12 chapters out of it without sacrificing the content of the original book. So from that we have started now the Bharadwaj Prashna. First question is, Bharadwaj is asking the question to his Guru Valmiki, and Valmiki is going to answer. So what the first shloka says, we are going to see the English version of it with some words in Sanskrit. So salutation to that truth principle from which all beings shine forth and have their existence, and where alone they attain quiescence. That means we are saluting to the truth principle. And how you have to salute? This salutation is not doing sashtang pranam or doing some salutations like this, but such salutations are, we get dissolved in the Guru. The disciple salutes Guru, and in that case Shishya disappears and Guru only remains. It is like duality which is appearing in transaction of knowledge, that duality itself goes off. It is like real salutation is that we disappear and only the truth remains. So that is the purpose. One more example we have taken: when ornament salutes the gold, ornament disappear. Similarly, when waves salutes the ocean, waves will disappear. So this truth principle is what? It shines, all beings are because of it. It is existence is because of that. And it in quiescence also, when it attains absorption, it is because of that only. So this is the first shloka where it is said as truth principle is Satyatmane. And for that you require a subtle understanding, Suteshnu. So thus it was Itihas. The person who can read between the lines is needed to do this studies, that is contemplation. We have seen that there are four gateways of liberation. One is tranquility, second is contentment, third is a holy company, and fourth is inquiry. So any one or two or three or four, make the combination of that and be free. This life we have taken the birth. We have taken the birth on this holy earth. Its purpose is only to know the truth. The purpose is not to live the livelihood. Purpose is not to earn the earning. That is okay. That is all required, but it is not the purpose. Purpose is to know the truth, and when you know the truth, you will be always happy, because you will know that It is unfragmented, undivided consciousness. It is only transcendent, immanent, one without second. There is no two in this world. So that's what has been told in the first shloka. So second shloka is salutation to him who is all pervading, who shines as a light of perception, illuminating the earth, sky, intervening space, my inner self, outer self world, and who manifests as all that exists. It is that's what is said here. So it is because of his illumination only the earth is illuminating, sky is illuminating, intervening space between earth and sky is also illuminating. My inner self is illuminating, the outer world is manifesting, and who manifests as all that exists. That means this is such a powerful truth, Satyatmane, that truth principle, that it is because of that all pervading तथा आकाशे बहिरंतरस्य. So he is Sarvatmani, everywhere he is there. So that's what has been told in first and second shloka. So the characteristics of this book is it gives the first principle. अपने को क्या करना है, क्या पता कर लेने का है, इसका principle क्या है, what is the principle it tells. And once you know the principle, once the principle is known, then yes, then you start the story. These Yoga Vasishthas are stories inside the story. It is a beautiful. Everybody will likes to know the story, and once you know the story, through this story the message is given. So if you know the message, then only you will be in a position to follow the path of spirituality by the method called as contemplation. विचार करके आप ये कर सकते हैं. So now the before the story starts, this introduction is given. Now third shloka is Aham Baddho Vimukta. Who should read this? Who is qualified to read? He is qualified to read this scripture. Who has the resolve that I am bound. वो आदमी पढ़ने के लिए क्वालिफाइड है जिसको समझता है मैं इसमें बद्ध हूँ. आई हैव द लिमिटेशंस एंड let me be liberated. So he wants to be happy. He doesn't want to be sometime happy and sometime unhappy, sometime miserable, sometime happy, not like that. So he wants to be happy all the time, and who is neither extremely ignorant nor the knower of truth. अगर जिसको knower of truth, he knows what is that, and he is living that life. For him it is not needed to read. And extremely ignorant person, there is no point because he is not ready to listen. So that's what is been said in shloka number 3. Now say shloka number 4 says, Bharadwaja has prostrated before his all-knowing Guru Valmiki. He prostrated. Now the story starts. Who was seated in a secluded place, asked him thus in a soft tone, Mrudu Swaram. So message given is that whenever you are talking to the people, keep Mrudu Swaram. You don't get agitated. Agitation is not a healthy sign. Everything you can ask in Mrudu Swaram. So that's what is being said here. So where this has to be done, where you are in a family or in a solitude or in a doing your activities, because wherever you go your mind will be there. You are trying to run away from yourself, you can't run away from yourself. So what has to be done then? You have to be remain in the holy company like Valmiki, one with truth, establishing truth, who was at peace with himself, Sarvadarshinam. He knows, he remains peace with himself and without getting disturbed, remaining in the world but not remaining in the world. Remaining in the world means not remaining in the world means the world is not getting affecting him. So when he is asking such a great Guru Valmiki ji, Bharadwaj is asking. So what he says now, fifth shloka, he is saying, Bharadwaj is saying, Lord, I desire to know how Sri Rama behaved in this difficult course of mundane existence. Perceptor, tell me that out of compassion. So he's requesting, प्रार्थना कर रहे भगवान राम कैसे रहे आप मेरे को बताइए. So now Valmiki says, Valmiki instead of directly saying how the Rama has stayed, he in shloka number 6 now he says, what are the characteristics of human being? How the human being stays. So Valmiki says, he is starting the telling the principle. He's not telling how Rama has stayed, how is the situations in Ayodhya, how are the people, what Rama is doing. Not like that. Valmiki says, Valmiki Vacha 6 sloka. What he says, Vasana dvidha prokta, Shuddha cha malina tatha. Malina janmano hetu, Shuddha janma vinashinim. So vasanas are of two types. When you're thinking about vasanas, the vasanas are of two types. The impure vasana is a cause for rebirth, and the pure vasana is a destroyer of rebirth. So if there is impure vasana means my mind keeps on wandering in this world. I go here, I go there, I am after the name, fame, I am after the money. So these are the impure vasana. Whereas pure vasana is that I am getting associated with the God. I am remaining in a holy company. I am trying to be a tranquil. I am trying to contemplate. I am asking inquiry. I am remaining in a holy company. So that is all Shuddha Vasana. So longing for the absolute is a Shuddha Vasana. Whereas Ashuddha Vasana is where individuality is very strong. Everything is becoming because of I. ये सब मैं कर रहा हूँ, मेरे वजह से हो रहा है, मेरे को ये यूट्यूब बनाना आता है, मेरे को ये नॉलेज है, मैं बहुत होशियार हूँ, मेरे को शास्त्र समझता है, मैं प्रोफेसर हूँ, मैं एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर हूँ, आई हैव सच एंड सच नॉलेज, आई एम सच एंड ग्रेट, दैट इज अशुद्ध वासना. So relativity is discarded in Shuddha Vasana and ego is also surrendered. And we think of Paramatma is our essential nature. So Sai Baba used to be asked by one of the devotee, why you say Bhagwan, Bhagwan in front of your name? How can you yourself is rating yourself as Bhagwan? So Bhagwan Sai Baba said, I am not saying Bhagwan to myself only, I can say Bhagwan to you also. He said, no. How can I be Bhagwan? So okay, you shall remain Shaitan. So he meant to say everywhere there is God. When at time of death you are one with Absolute, there is no possibility of death. If you remember that death is an illusion. So samskar will have always vikar and prakar. So mere me, these vasanas are means lingering thoughts, and it is like smell in the pot when the garlic paste is kept under there. It remains for quite some time unless that pot has been uh, exposed to flame. Then only it goes. It is very hard. That which is expressing as everything and yet beyond everything. That is what is been the truth principle. So realized person has to come to know that this world is of no use and is source of all the miseries. Therefore, they do not want to go through the problems of rebirth and suffering. So that's why they do the contemplation. So what is to be known, they know it and become Jivan Mukta while they are alive. Wise people are not born again and again. They know that birth and death is an illusion. So by listening to this Yoga Vasishtha, you will never get disturbed in the old age or due to death. But what happens is we have not experienced this. Such person will want to know what is the truth. They then when you know that, then when they inquire, then they lead to the state called as Jivan Mukti. So all the problems, whatever is there, it is all in our mind. So mind your mind. So this when we are talking about Shuddha Vasana or Ashuddha Vasana, slowly we have to filter out our Ashuddha Vasanas and go towards Shuddha Vasanas. And how it is simple again, contemplation, tranquility, holy company, and inquiry. These are the four gateways of this thing. So with this, let us go to shloka number 7. Shloka number 7 says, the liberated man of great wisdom, endowed with pure vasana, are said to have understood what is to be known, and do not again subject themselves to the prong of rebirth. So when he is liberated, when he is a wise man, Jivan Mukta, when he is Jivan Mukta, he will be remaining as an ordinary person like us. Outwardly, he will be seen like the same, doing same food, same activities, doing all the karmas as it is. But then he is not involved because heart in heart he knows that this world is of only a source of misery, so Lord, don't get entangled into that. And he remains in the world, but he doesn't remain in the world, means he doesn't get affected himself in the world. So with this shloka number 8, Jivan Mukti Padam Prapto, I shall tell you how this noble-minded Ram attended the liberation while living. So how this Rama has become a Jivan Mukta. So that the purpose of reading or contemplating this chapters, 32 chapter is to know the truth that how Rama has been liberated out of this relative world, how he becomes quiescence and how he has attended the stage wherein one remains tranquil, contented, blissful, happy, and cheerful over the period of time. So that's what has been told here, and uh, that's what now Valmiki Rishi is telling to Bharadwaj. I shall tell you how the noble-minded, what is the situation of Mahamana, attended the stage of liberation while living. Here, this for the elevation of old age and death. So, what are the fears? Actually, there are six fears: Jara, Mrityu, Ashana, Pipasa, Shok, and Moh. There are six fears in life. Jara and Mrityu are because of body. and Ashana and Pipasa is because of Pran, and Shoka and Moham is because of mind. So these six things are torturing person throughout his life. The person becomes terribly miserable because of that. And what was the Rama's age when he started this listening to this Vashishtha? He was just 15. At the age of 15 years afterward, he was never disturbed and confused. So Rama became Jivan Mukta at the age of 15 only. So Vashishtha Rishi and all the situation Rama become like that Jivan Mukta, and he has led the Jivan Mukta life for the remaining period of time. So now the story starts, and story everybody likes. Likes. Passing out of a school of learning, living happily in his house, there arose a longing in Rama's mind to see the multitude of holy places and hermitage. So रामा के माइंड में ऐसी आइडिया है कि चलो यार पूरा भारत भ्रमण कर ले. We will go there, see the holy places and hermitages. Tirthashrama Shrenihi. He wanted to do that. So he requested his father, Father, listen. Then he saluting his father and intent on pilgrimage. He visited to the banks of holy rivers, forests which were also resting places of sages. So he went all around, maybe almost a year he was moving around. Returning there, he lived happily in his house. वहाँ से आने के बाद वो अपने घर में खुश था. And then what happened? Suddenly then Rama was less than 16 years of age, 15 and a half. He became emancipated day by day like a pure lake, drying up in summer. रामा ने जो दुनिया देखी इस वजह से रामा become most overpowered because of sorrowful thoughts, and he became silent and inactive. So he became silent and inactive, and he was not doing anything and suffering for no reason. But this happens in his mind. He has seen the world. He has seen the world which is painful. He has seen the world which is in such a sorrowful state. So he is very much dejected. So now this dejection was not like our dejection. He has a dejection for world. So when example is given here, he is of Naneshwar Maharaj. Parents died, but they have no bitterness, words of bitterness, no hatred for anything. Naneshwar, Nivritinath, Muktabai, Sopa, and everybody, they know they were knowing that their parents were sentenced to death by some miscreant, and they were, but they kept mum. They were doing their own stuff. Now for us, whatever little things happen in our life, we get vengeance in our mind. So we say हम सिखाएंगे उसको देख के रहेंगे. So we have that all this stuff. So we have to be away from this. And for Gita says, Bhagavad Gita, the number 16 says, three gates which leads to hell are self-destruction called as Kama Krodha Lobha. You have to be away from this. So don't be lost in the material world by going here and there. We go to the pilgrimage and learn from there. You have to learn how, for what purpose. So what is the situation like? The message which is given is like, if you message of this book or this chapter, we have come now up to the sloka number 12 is, if you really take this death as a reality, then you will always suffer. You will always suffer because you will be never cheerful, peaceful, because you are taking the things as it is happening in the relative world. But let us understand by subtler mind. अपने सूक्ष्म मन से समझ लो ये चीज क्या है. तो यहाँ पे वो सूक्ष्म मन, अपने सूक्ष्म मन से और subtler mind से God is trying to tell us himself. He has now created this story as a Yogavaasishtha, wherein Valmiki Rishi is answering the question of Bharadwaja till sloka number 12, and where he is saying now Rama is overpowered by sorrowful thought, and Rama is dejected, silent, and inactive. And Rama further says that I'll leave this body if I cannot get the answer to my question, which will come subsequently. And when he comes from a pilgrimage, and likewise. So basically, it is we suffer unnecessarily because we keep on thinking unnecessary. That is the first problem. We keep on commenting. That is the second problem. We keep on suggesting. That is the third problem. And we want an improvement in the world. That is the fourth thing. So these are the things which is Rama is going to tell in the first 12 sloka. When he was gone, he has gone for a pilgrimage and came, and if he has not commented, he would have been happy. But now he has seen the situation wherein he became miserable. And miserable he became because of no cause. He has seen the world, and that world has entered into the mind. Till the Rama has not moved around in the world, he was happy. He was happy, contented, blissful, cheerful, and over and above relaxed and all that. But when he went there, then he got that maybe a dejection because of world. Maybe it is a, one can say it's a vairagya. But then now Vasishtha Rishi is going to answer the Rama's query. Rama is going to ask the question to Vasishtha Rishi in this chapter from shloka number 13. And what is the Rama's question? What is there to be answered? That we'll see in the next video. With this prayers, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramachandra Arpanamastu.